It's just after 5:30 AM on the 30th of April 2025, folks. People, they tell us people perish through the lack of knowledge. So I'm trying to make sure that there's as accurate as possible record of this humongous air assault that's taking place, folks. And it's huge. It's humongous, folks. And it ain't going away. This annihilating, exterminating, depopulating, ionizing, weaponized spray, folks, it's not going away. So we have to keep a record of it. There has to be our story. And just look where the sun is due up here, folks. I'll show you again here. Just for the record, right, all these passes, yeah. This has been going on all night, yeah. But me and the dogs, I got up at about 5 to 5. A little bit later today. Just had a cup of tea. Chat with the dogs. But look at it, this is where the sun's due up into that horrible mess, folks, that jizz. Yeah, it should be beautiful. There's certainly no need in the natural environment for any of this to be taking fucking place. There isn't. And my frustrations are evident in the vitriol that I spout. And I know it offends some people. Some people tell me it offends them more than what they see up in the air, which is crazy. They feel very offended that I use the F words and things. And they feel reluctant to show to their children what's taking place in my videos because of the language. They don't want their children influenced by the language, but they're allowing their children to be influenced by the social media platforms like TikTok and whatever, and influenced by the feducators. They're not educators, they are feducators feeding them this detritus. They're allowing them to be a part of this transhumanist, transgender cult that's taking over. Come on, lads, got to capture this other plane over here. Up in the air, come on. And they're worried about them listening to me using the expletives that we know all these kids use anyway. You know, most parents want to believe that their kids are goody-goody. But it doesn't work like that, folks. Even the nicest kids use the expletives. My kids do. They never would in front of us. But you find out off the sisters, oh yeah, of course she swears. Of course he swears, blah, blah, blah. Look at this one line here. But then just below it, we've got this nastiness here. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder, these planes. So behind me here, the air is thick and very wick with this stuff. as I'm showing you. And then you look into the distance, you see the utility fog, the smart dust that I'll show you in the torchlight, folks. I'll show you more of it behind me here now as I turn round. Excuse me. And just take a look at this. Now, none of that's cloud, none of it, the backdrop. And then this horrible, horrible shroud that people think is just mist, vapour, steam and moisture, fog, natural fog, and it's not. It's the results of some very, very heavy manipulation from these sky criminals, folks. So we've got the Exol blade effect here now. As this stuff drips itself down. Some of it drips upwards, which no one really questions. But all these lines are different component parts. The mixes. But, there's no more powerful shot than what I'm showing you, folks. Again, it's the evil that men spew. So that one thick line now, showed you yesterday in videos, they spray alongside these things. Yep. So that then they meld, weld and join together. To make one huge mess up in the sky, folks. Near the birds. Fortunately, this area where we live seems to be relatively unaffected by the bird depopulations that people are telling me they've got in their areas. Still have an abundance of birds. Not so much the bugs. We find the odd bug, the odd beetle, but they're not under every stone that you turn like they were when I was a child in the 60s and 70s in the summers. We used to collect them. We used to collect moths, you know, things, caterpillars, and they're gone in most of the areas. Just look at that, folks. Look at it all. So you see how they cough and splutter these trails of a few miles long, and then they switch off. And they travel a bit, then they switch back on. So then it eventually loops like cloud like this as it widens out, yeah? You can see that taking place behind me with this one here now. It's not just about creating fake weather, this climate system. It's about so much more, folks. It's a multifaceted agenda, and there's lots and lots and lots of wealthy companies involved in this that are outside of our system of living, folks. They're a breakaway society of what they call themselves elites, who just don't give a shit. They've too much money and play with that money at the expense of us because they don't give a toss. They just don't give a toss, folks. But look at this. Look at it. And again, you can see these things as faint as the eye. You can still make them out. You can make out the utility fog of heavy metal particulates, both nano and non-nano, folks. Look at it all. Look how strategically placed this stuff is to then segment itself and then turn into what looks like these long clouds. Even this wispy thing here now, yeah, being pulsed by the cell towers below it, being pulsed by the next rad systems below, being pulsed by the ARP systems, being pulsed by the Hadron colliders, and so on. People perish through the lack of knowledge. And that's very true today, folks, because at the rate at which people are popping their clogs now, as we call it over here, yeah, kicking the bucket since 2020, and since they allowed themselves certain procedures that have caused no end of fucking ailments, cancers, pericarditis, myocarditis, a mixture of the two, etc., on and on. You know, these people, through lack of knowledge, through quite a bit of stupidity, a lot of naivety, and a lot of just not giving a shit, quite a few people have refused to take the knowledge and run with it. You know, a lot of people have just stayed on the sideline, stayed silent and gone along with whatever they've been told to go along with, just to keep the peace, to stay under the government radar, yeah, under the Secret Service radar. So we got an aircraft there. We've got one here now, shooting through the tree line there. And we've got 3 or 4 others beyond the tree line here that have disappeared over the horizon. And you look through the tree line here, you'll see another one heading towards that tree line. Come on, focus, you bastard. Stop sniffing the dust and then you won't sneeze, you mong. This is obviously again going to be the first of many videos today. And I suspect, because the UK government here have announced that they are now going to start a spraying operation to try and combat the planet eating up, as they call it, that they are going to now actually use all this to warm the earth up to an extent whereby we're all moaning, oh, it's too warm, we won't rain. And then it justifies them coming up with this fucking narrative they've got in waiting ready, folks, to state that they're going to have to start spraying. But in actual fact, you know, we've been reporting on it for years. And they will get rid of our narrative, folks, to make way for theirs. That's a dead cert. And then the videos and the books that we have done will be the buried treasure for those yet to come. And when they dig up our buried treasure, it'll be priceless, folks. Absolutely. And with that shot from me and my 2 best friends, kid ye not. Right, come on now. Hang on, I'm stuck. There we go. Right, let's get back. Crazy, isn't it, folks? We got another one here. See it there? And then just through the tree line here, I see another one there at the bottom. The bottom line, that's an active aircraft now. All of these now adding to the filth. For 16 minutes I've been recording this nonsense, folks. Look at the damage they've done in 16 minutes, yeah? Just me starting these videos, folks. Just have a think about the damage done in a few weeks' time. If these fuckers actually do go through is what they're saying they're going to go through, and have thousands and thousands of planes completely wiping out the sky across the country, across the earth, across... I mean, we've seen them do it. We've seen how it can take them 45 minutes to just completely wreck the sky anyway. Right, come on, lad. Come on this way, come on. Come on, we gotta go. Anyway, I'll finish filming now. I've got another dog coming up here and I don't want all the barking and the nonsense to go with it. So come on, lad, before it sees us and comes charging up too early in the morning with this shot. I kid you not, folks.